The Movie Bar Podcast.
Now it's time for the feature presentation. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to the feature presentation presented by the Movie Bar, the movie podcast exploring timeless classics that have stood the test of time and those that haven't. So let's start the show. I am your host, John, and I am joined by my best friend and Vince McMahon follower.
Yeah, that best sounds more strained every time you say it. I'm Justin, not a follower of the Vince McMahon system. This week, we're going to discuss a little Tom Hanks, a little old school Tom Hanks, with the Burbs, which is celebrating its 35th anniversary.
Good. Yeah, good movie. How you doing this week, Justin?
Well, I don't have COVID anymore, at least that's what they say. But
That's good.
who knows?
So
We'll see.
we took last week off because I had the flu, and then
He didn't want to get me sick. He's a nice guy.
you end up getting fucking COVID, so it's all good. But all right, we're back. We're gonna shelve Along Comes Polly for maybe the next anniversary in 5 years. But a little bit of housekeeping. Justin, start us off.
Deliverance actor Herbert Coward, 85, was killed in a car crash alongside his girlfriend and two pets. That's never good.
No.
Condolences out to his friends, family, fans.
Yes. So yeah, a couple new trailers dropped this week. First we have Ricky Stenicki. So the first trailer that we caught this week was Ricky Stenicki. John Cena, Zac Efron. What were your thoughts?
I mean, it looks like a new take on the kind of frat house buddy style movie, so it should be interesting. Looks like it'll have some humor in it.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll give it a chance. We'll see.
So this was the movie that John Cena had worn a schoolgirl outfit that there were pictures of him online in heels and the little dress and the.
Uh-huh.
So, no, it looks funny, friends imagine, talk about their friend Ricky that they've never really even.
He's not a real person. He's just an imagined third person to let them go on trip from their wives.
And now they want to meet him, so they hire a actor of sorts, played by John Cena. I don't know. It looks funny.
It does. It's just my only issue with movies like this is sometimes they try too hard.
Yeah.
With the humor, and they could try to push it, to the extreme on the kind of fratty side. So,
yeah.
I mean, I back in the day that stuff was great to me, but nowadays it can get to be too much.
Because we're past that phase in our lives.
Yeah. So we'll see.
All right. Next one, Roadhouse, the Jake Gyllenhaal remake. Roadhouse. I think they should have just left this alone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not call it Roadhouse.
Yeah.
But still make the movie, and maybe leave Conor McGregor out of it.
Fuck you!
He's the one who ruined it for me almost immediately, because it's just him playing the guy he thinks he is.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, they could have called this Roadhouse 2. They could have called this anything, but Yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it, but I probably
Well,
won't like
yeah,
it.
I'll watch anything once, but
Okay. So something that you were excited about, Despicable Me 4.
yeah, this looks good. I mean, I like all these cartoony movies. They're fun.
Yeah.
And it's another movie to add to the rotation that, gives us a little bit more of a break in between the ones we've seen 15 million times.
Yes. So pretty much it's the same old shit.
Yeah, I mean, a
Except Gru has a little baby boy now, Gru Jr.,
little baby Gru.
who does not like daddy.
Well, he acts like a typical baby.
Yes. But the kids are back, the minions are back. I like the scene when they're in the at the vending machine and one of the minions is stuck in there.
Mhm.
And they shake the soda and throw it in and so
Looks good. You got new bad guys, and it looks like it'll be fun.
yeah.
Will Ferrell in it.
Oh, Will Ferrell's in it? I didn't catch that.
Yeah. I saw that after I saw the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else too. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, so Despicable Me 4, I believe, comes out in
This
July.
summer, yeah, this summer.
And then we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire released a new trailer today, actually, from when we're recording this. It's good to see the gang all back. Janine, Ernie, can't think of what Dan Aykroyd's and fucking Stance and Bill Murray. Not Egon. No, Stance, Winston Stedmore, Egon Spangler. I can't remember what his name is. Peter Venkman. Peter Venkman. And then of course Paul Rudd and the kids from Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, what do you think?
Yes. I mean, we'll see. The last one was pretty good. This one looks like it won't be one that my kids will probably be able to sit through, but
I know Hunter's excited. And Slimer's in it, so what more
yeah,
could you ask for? So,
just seems to have a fairly good section of darkness to it. So
yeah,
I don't think certain children will like that.
yeah, wimps. But so yeah, that's new trailers that came out this week. All right, so you've had some downtime. What have you watched this week?
All right. So I've watched The Burbs.
Okay.
All right. There's two movies I'm going to package together here. They're
Okay.
not related to each other,
Okay.
other than by two actors.
Okay.
I'm going to see if you can guess these two movies based on the actors. One not so obvious. The other one will make it fairly obvious.
Okay.
You have Alan Arkin
Okay.
and the Great Khali. He has been
Uh,
in two movies with Alan Arkin, and I've watched them both in the last 2 weeks.
Get Smart
Mm-hmm.
and Not the Longest Yard.
Yep.
See, oh wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think. I think those are the only movies fucking Kylie's been in.
Yeah, probably.
I
I
didn't.
was just like, that's just so weird that that's who connects both movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. That's all you watched this week?
Yeah, the rest of it was pretty much TV and kids movies, and I don't remember the kids movies because they're kids movies.
They still count, but
But they were not Not the kind of movies that I was watching when I was a kid.
So, oh my God, you know what I just saw was coming out to Blu-ray? The Jetsons meets the Flintstones. I can't wait. Anyways, sorry, I got excited there. I just remembered that. So it took me a week, but I watched The Funhouse from 1981.
I remember what other movie I watched.
And what was that?
Self-Reliance.
The what?
Self-Reliance on Hulu.
Self-Reliance?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
Jake Johnson, and it's got Anna Kendrick in it. It's a new movie.
Oh, okay.
Basically, guy winds up joining a dark web game where there are people hunting him to kill him,
Oh,
and nobody believes him.
okay.
It's fairly funny, fairly good.
I'll have to check that out. Self-Reliance.
Yeah, watch that. And I watched that one with Nick Cage, the retirement plan. Also watched that, but I might have watched that the week before. Like,
well,
I
it's
may
been
have
2
mentioned
weeks.
that. I know, I may have mentioned that.
I don't think you did, but
Who knows?
so as I said, it took me over a week to finish it, but I watched The Funhouse. I started it the Tuesday I got sick, and I was like, I don't want to watch a movie right now, so I stopped it, and then that was it for. I didn't watch a movie for like 7 days, and I didn't record a podcast, which was also very nice for fucking 7 days. It's nice to take a break. Might happen more often now. I watched The Burbs. Then I watched the Cabin Fever remake last night from 2016, where they basically just copied the whole script, and it was stupid. Then I watched Muck from 2015, which ties in with Kill Her Goats and Fog City. And then tonight I watched The Strangers and The Strangers Pray at Night. That's all I've watched in the last 2 weeks.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have you know, I tried to go back and use Letterboxd, but I don't remember my password.
Oh, like that's fucking hard to fix. All you have to do is fucking forgot
I also
password.
don't remember which email I used either.
Then you try until you fucking find the one you did. You do, or you just sign up a new account. That's all.
Nah, that's no fun.
Okay.
I'll get my way.
All right. So now it is time for the feature presentation.
Morning, Walter!
Spend a quiet week at home with Tom Hanks in The Burbs. It's a comedy about what happens to an ordinary neighborhood when a very unordinary family moves in.
Neighbors from hell. Your neighbors are murdering people.
We got a real problem.
I hit the gas line, I'd run!
Tom Hanks. The Burbs. Bring it home on video cassette from MCA Home Video.
This week we are discussing The Burbs. It was directed by Joe Dante, had a box office of $49.1 million, was originally released on February 17th, 1989, has a runtime of 1 hour and 41 minutes. Screenplay by Joe Dante and Dana Olson, and it is rated PG. It is currently streaming on Netflix and for purchase on some streaming sites, but I found it's not on Vudu. I don't think it's on Prime, so I don't know what the fuck it's on, but
I don't know.
But thankfully it was on Netflix, otherwise we would have had a problem.
Yeah. Our casto o charactero. We have Tom Hanks as Ray Peterson, Bruce Dern as Mark Rumsfeld, Carrie Fisher as Carol Peterson, Rick DeCommon as Art Weingartner, Corey Feldman as Ricky Butler, Wendy Shaw as Bonnie Rumsfeld, Henry Gibson as Dr. Werner Klopek, Brother Theodore as Uncle Reuben Klopek, Courtney Gaines as Hans Klopek, Gail Gordon as Walter Selznick, Corey Danziger as Dave Peterson, Heather Haas as Ricky's girlfriend, Nikki Cat as Ricky's friend Steve Kuntz, Brenda Benner as Walter's daughter, Patsvika Darbo as Suzette Weingartner, Darla as Queenie the dog, and forget about all that other stuff.
What do you mean forget all that? Us Dick Miller.
What?
Dick Miller played the trash guy, but
Sure.
with Robert Picardo. All right. So it had been a long time since I had seen this movie,
Yep.
but let's set the setting here. A nice quiet little town, nice quiet little cul-de-sac. Everybody's taking care of their lawns. There's that one guy that has the fucking dog that shits on everybody's lawn. And then you got that one house.
It's America.
Yeah, you got that one house that's fucking disheveled, and the lawn hasn't. It's my house in this neighborhood, but
I'm probably that house. So
yeah, the lawn's dead. Fucking like, what are your thoughts upon seeing this nice little neighborhood?
hey, it's pretty American. I tried to zoom in on my Google Maps to see if I can find it.
Did you find it?
No, I got close, I think. But
Yeah.
I was like, they probably didn't think that people would have that ability in their pockets when they made this movie.
Where was it filmed?
It was filmed in LA, but they did that little zoom in scene at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So I just tried to. It was filmed on Wisteria Lane.
Oh, okay.
It's the same shooting location as that Desperate Housewives.
Which is also it's on the hot. Yeah. I think the Monsters were filmed there too.
Yeah.
But and not only is this neighborhood a character within itself, then you have the characters that live in this neighborhood, like the
Army vet,
army vet, which I could relate with.
the teenage no good Nick.
Yep, the bumbling bozo in art. Now, that was the guy from Blank Check that drove the limo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was a lot of senses with like a lot of the same characteristics.
He plays that character a lot.
Yeah. And then you have the Tom Hanks character of Ray Peterson, who
is easily talked down a rabbit hole.
Yes, and he just wants to enjoy his vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like any good-blooded American, he wants to enjoy his vacation at home and not go out to fucking the beach or the cabin. So now let's talk the plot of the movie. Go ahead, take it away.
He had to pick the time. I decide, I need a drink. I'm going to open my soda and take a sip. Asshole.
Yeah, well, I'm doing all the talking, so.
Yeah, it's fun that way. Where were we?
So. He's back.
Oh, man. You're so much fun.
I know. This is why we have fun doing this.
It's easy to get you riled up. I mean, you've got what's his name there, Ray, who, let's say, I mean, he's pretty American. He's looking at his vacation, stay at home. But that art guy, he's you.
He's me?
Yes, he's you. You're the idea guy. You're always one, heck, come on, let's go do this. And then shit ensues. So I get where Ray's coming from. This might be a little bit far on the scope of where I would be led, but
If you stuck around, we probably would have been down this rabbit hole at some point.
Yeah, but we'd be dead because we would have been blown the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts off small enough. I mean, it starts off with a simple little, you know, not theory, but like, rumor.
Yeah.
in the
Oh, we saw
neighborhood.
them digging out in the back.
Yeah, that's all it
You
starts
know.
off as.
I mean,
Which,
when you look at that neighborhood and then you see this house, like, of course that's gonna fucking attract attention.
I mean, I missed most of where they explain the fact that they've only lived in this house, what they say, a month.
Yeah, something along that line.
Did it look like that shit before?
You'd be surprised how quickly a lawn can die.
No, I'm not just talking about the lawn. I mean, the house itself was pretty beat the fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
They got that alarm system up pretty quick in the back. Just saying.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they would have been clued in on their weirdness a little bit quicker.
yeah,
But than just, digging in the backyard at night or whatever. But I mean, that's where a lot of these movies have to start, with a rumor.
yeah.
Because if it doesn't start with a rumor, it's not funny.
And then you look at it like, so they've been here a month or more, and nobody's met them.
Yeah.
Like, I know, I understand it, because when I moved here, I've been here 7 years now. I met a few neighbors within the first couple months. The guy to my right, guy to the left, crazy guy that lived across the street at one time. But it wasn't until like year 5 when I really fucking met people. And that's because a tree had fallen on the house.
Well, yeah.
So, like, I understand where, but is that such like a closed little neighborhood? But
If you saw Billy walking into a house, would you go knock on that door?
I saw Billy, like your
Yeah,
brother Billy.
I mean, you saw that guy walking in the movie.
I'd be
Billy.
like,
That was teenage Billy.
yeah,
Like, would you have gone up to a
no.
house that looked like that? And teenage Billy answers the goddamn door. You think his damn hand would crush your skull?
If I saw Billy walking into a house now, I wouldn't go up and introduce myself. I'd be like, holy shit, fucking Lurch is here.
I mean, we know he's famous from Children of the Corn, but this was one of his lesser known roles that he did while he was a teenager. Just saying.
I did ask him to come guest host with us for Children of the Corn. He just looked at me. I was like, come on, Malachi, you know you wanna. But
push.
Yeah, no shit. But no, so I mean, granted, they're very private people anyways. So it's not like,
you kind of have to be when you're doing what they're doing.
So when Art and Ray like kind of like go on their adventures with the army sergeant over there across the street, it starts with the trash.
Yeah, and I mean, that's simple enough. I mean, they watch him take the trash out. That is stupid strange, but Billy's lazy. So he drives his car to the trash, dumps the trash in it, beats it down with a shovel, and then drives back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to raise suspicions, for sure.
Yeah.
Little bit more suspicion raising seeing people across the street ducking behind trash cans watching him do this, but, such as Hollywood movies.
Yeah. And of course, then they're like, well, we'll just get it in the morning. But when the morning comes, it's trash
morning.
Hence why it's out at the curb.
Mm.
And you have Art in the dumpster. I mean, in the trash compactor digging through it.
Yeah.
The army sergeant comes out half with shaving cream on his face.
He jumps in, starts getting into it. And then Ray comes out and starts digging through it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those things. I mean, yeah, technically, it's public property, blah blah blah, but you shouldn't be dumping people's trash on the goddamn street and then leaving it.
They're then expecting the trash man to pick it up. What the hell were they thinking?
Nah.
Nah. So obviously Joe Dante directed this, and Joe Dante and Dick Miller did another little movie together before this called Gremlins. So it was kind of seeing that reunion there. So after digging through the trash, they decide to go through the basement. Did the wives?
Well, now they're suspicious that the neighbor's dead.
Yes, the one with the dog. Yes.
Yep. Break into his house
and take his dog and keep him at Ray's house. So
they leave a note behind.
Yeah, they do.
And he shoves the toupee through the mail slot.
After breaking into the house and breaking his plates and stealing shit and taking his dog.
Good neighbor.
So now with the instigation from Corey Feldman's character, they go into the backyard where they've apparently seen them digging. And I believe this is when Tom Hanks ends up in the basement with, is it Art?
You mean when they go into the house?
Yes.
And they the whole family's there and they meet everybody?
Oh, that's when they went in with the wives.
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. So they did that first. I'm sorry, it was a few days ago since I watched it. And the wife's like, we'll get more information in 20 minutes than you will in a month of snooping. Well, we find out that there is Billy and I'm guessing his father, the first uncle or whatever.
I don't know how it all works out.
Yeah.
I don't think they're actually related is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And then you find out that there's a guy in the basement, the doctor.
Dr. Werner Klupek.
And a big ass fucking dog. So, so after that, they decide to snoop in the basement, and they think they find the neighbor, chopped up in the.
Well, that's after what's his face, Ray, and his wife puts a stop to their meddling and all that, and then the dog digs up that bone in the backyard under the fence.
Yeah, and Art is, they're inside with.
And then Art, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this short period of time with this investigation that Art and Ray and
but essentially after the meeting they're in the house and they chase Art out of the backyard.
That's right.
Dog comes out. The wife takes over. No more. Keeps him home. Makes him take naps. Drinks beer alone.
And of course it gets to him and he has to.
Art and Mark continue their, figuring of how to get them to out themselves. And they leave a nice little note under their door and ring the doorbell together because neither one is man enough to ring the damn doorbell.
Yeah.
Do a little ding dong ditch, little note that says, I know what you did. Which that is the point where they find the bone, where the dog finds the bone between the 2 yards.
Yes.
And then the note comes back over the fence. And now Ray's super mad because he's like, well, they know I did it.
Yeah.
They saw him put the note already under there. But they know that they have to go to the university the next day. So they trick Ray's wife into going away, getting a haircut, treating herself and the child. They're going to go golfing with Ricky Stenicki. And, callback. You didn't laugh, asshole. And this is where the fun starts, and he gets up there to cut the goddamn power.
Yeah.
Which, yes, he would be dead.
They'd all be dead in this fucking situation.
Well, yeah. He would have been dead there, though.
The house explodes.
He would have been dead there. So that would have stopped the house from exploding.
Yes.
Because that would have started the whole, police are involved now. But, yeah, it just goes shitbag from here.
Yeah. So they think they find the neighbor.
They get down, they're just digging.
And
this is why you call 811.
811? What's that?
Dig safe. Call before you dig.
Oh, okay.
You don't hit a gas line.
Well, they do. So,
I mean, he keeps going. They think they find him, but who pulls up?
The neighbor.
He's fine. He was just in the hospitals.
Yeah. You don't need your toupee going to the hospital.
Nah. And they were watching the dog. Those crazy old people. Clicks. Getting the mail. Being good neighbors. Until Ray kidnapped it.
Pretty much. So all this chaos has ensued now. The house is blown up. Ray's all bandaged up. Art is all messed up.
Art, I'm sorry, Ray does not survive that.
No. When he walks out of the house, it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
that should just be a ghost. He was dead.
Yeah.
He is still on fire because the gas is still leaking down there on fire.
And, he gets pissed off because he's almost died.
And he feels Art caused it.
Yes.
He did.
And
even though just the way it goes.
Yeah. But so it turns out that they did not kill the neighbor because he's back from the hospital. And
he's a well-respected doctor.
Yes.
Pathologist.
And so just when you think like case closed, they've settled this, the trunk opens.
Well, he attacks Ray in the back of the ambulance.
Yes, that's right. Which leads to his trunk being popped open to reveal body parts.
Dem bones.
Yes. So
it's just one of those, seems too far-fetched to be true, but weirder shit has happened in neighborhoods, so
Yeah, and I mean, I think almost every neighborhood in in this country has that one house that's like, oh, that's where that old guy lives.
Yeah, it's the lore of the neighborhood, some crotchety old man or some
disgruntled veteran
house or something.
Yeah, some disgruntled veteran that doesn't like people, that stares out his window and watches people when they walk by with their dogs, making sure they don't shit on his lawn.
People with a whole bunch of MAGA flags all over their houses and cameras and and meats and shit. Yeah, no, that's America.
So you figure 1989 is when this was made. Figure filmed in 88.
Well, yeah.
Do you think this movie could be remade today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It'd take different turns. social media and all that shit these days. But,
Yeah, I think it would be more of like a lore that they find on the internet about this house, but
well, not even that. It could be, we've got these weird people next door, and then it turns into this big thing across the web. And I shouldn't say too much.
yeah.
I don't want to give somebody a horror movie. But I just had a brilliant idea for a horror movie.
Yeah, let's hop on that one because we've had a few good ideas, but
Hey, they made one of them.
which one was that?
Well, I didn't say it was a good idea. The Spirit Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. So obviously Tom Hanks at this time was just finding his footing. Splash, big, and now he goes to a.
I wouldn't say finding his footing. I guess I would have to look at the timeline of where this falls in his filmography, because I think Joe versus the Volcano was pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean
he had
like,
Bosom Buddies.
Let me pull up his
That's what I'm doing.
Tom Hanks.
So here we go. Just go all the way back to the beginning. It's a long one. Holy shit, it's long. Holy hell.
What?
I've scrolled 6 times. It just keeps going.
So by this time, he's done Splash, Bachelor Party, The Man with One Shoe, Volunteers, The Money Pit, Dragnet, Big, Punchline, then The Burbs. And then he did Turner and Hooch, Joe versus the Volcano, Radio Flyer, League of Their Own Siblings.
I would say he would have established himself by now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it was a lot earlier than it really was. But, Money Pit and Big, Bachelor Party, Splash.
Big is still big. Splash
Yeah.
is pretty big.
Dragnet.
Like I say, he had the show Bosom Buddies. He was on the Love Boat.
On the Love Boat.
So, I mean.
He was on Taxi, Happy Days, Family Ties, he was on Tales from the Crypt. Oh.
The Money Pit was a good movie.
Yeah.
Dragnet was great.
But what do you think his performance in? Because this is kind of different from everything else that he had played at this point. This was like a horror comedy.
I mean, this was still his comedy thing. This was still when he was just a comedy actor. It's really weird that this turns out.
He's trying to play it straight-laced.
I don't, I get Hollywood's stupid because, God forbid, you're a comedy person. You can't be dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dumb, and he's proof. I mean, he did great comedies for a while, and then he became, one of the best top actors for all forms, really. So I mean, it's just a good classic Tom Hanks movie.
Yes.
I don't think it's it gets as much recognition as it should.
Yeah. Do you think there could have been a sequel to this?
I mean, maybe. How? I don't know. But...
I mean, I was kind of thinking about that while I was watching it. Like, okay, so the house blows up. The doctor's been arrested for whatever, the bones. And if they were to do a sequel, it's like they rebuild the house and spirits live in there or something along that line.
No. No. Bad, John. Bad.
Okay. Bad
I
John.
mean, I don't. It would have to be something, they break out of jail and come back for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
So obviously, reboot potential could be made nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be changes, but I still think. I mean, or you could just remake it and set it during that time. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
I mean, you have a period
there's
of
nothing in it that is too stupid or too crazy that doesn't kind of come up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, Art's an idiot, but we still have that same kind of idiot these days.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
the
there's always
childlike
that guy.
mentality. Like the
Yeah.
childlike mentality.
There's always the slacker kid who's hanging out on porches all day. These people still exist. All
Yes.
of them.
The paranoid veteran.
Yeah, they're a little bit more extreme these days, but I mean, it's the way it goes.
Yeah, we're pretty fucking crazy.
I know.
So
Go ahead, hit me. Hit me. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Right.
Next week we'll be covering the Barbie movie.
Go ahead. We can go over my wife's take on that. She thought it was crap too.
Your wife's not a normal woman though. Love you to death, Mary, but so let's say they're rebooting the Burbs. Who plays the Tom Hanks character?
I just hope it's some other new up and coming comedian.
Could you think of anybody off the top of your head?
I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. Because the problem with this question, and you do it to me every fucking time, is every actor is going to play it differently. They're going to do their own thing. So it's going to change the whole fucking concept of the thing.
Yeah, but you think by now you would process this while you're watching the movie.
You would think that by now you would understand that. I think this is just. I mean, any actor could do it.
I understand, but
would you like Ariana Grande to do it? They got dead bodies on there. I mean, I don't know.
Like, I know it would be different, like each go around, different from each person that would do it. Like, I could see like an Adam Sandler playing the Tom Hanks kind of serious role, but then you have somebody like Kevin Hart playing the art
Only if
role.
it was animated.
Yeah, he's only. Imagine like somebody like Ice Cube. I think that would be funny. But once again, I could see somebody like Kevin Hart playing the role of Art. That childlike mentality. But all right. Yeah. Start thinking about that as we watch it.
No.
Fucking do it. No. All right. So how about the length of the movie? 1 hour, 41 minutes.
That was fine. I had to watch it twice today, so it worked out well.
Why'd you have to watch it twice?
I wasn't fucking paying attention.
Oh. Yeah.
It's an older movie. It had some slow spots and phone dings.
Yeah, I think 1 hour 30 would have been good. All right. Do we recommend the Burbs?
I mean, yeah, it's a good. The story holds up. Everything about it really holds up. I mean,
yeah.
If you take out the the obvious Hollywood guy doesn't die when he takes a couple thousand volts across, But I mean, the story itself, it's still, you could still make a credible story out of this movie.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. You want to go over the ratings?
Well, IMDb gave it a 6.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 55. Letterboxd appears to be 3 something out of 5. I would say I'll give this a pretty solid 3.5. It's not the greatest, but it's good. It's funny. It stands up. It doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff that, like next week's movie, you're gonna just shudder and be like, I can't believe they fucking did that. But it holds up.
Yeah, I give it 3 stars, 3.5. It was good considering the time frame and the story. So what are we covering next week, Justin?
Next week, we are covering the 20th anniversary of a movie that does not hold up at all. And Disney really probably should have thought before they fucking made it back then. But we're going to do Blank Check, starring Brian Bonsall and Karen Duffy.
Come on,
Oh,
you never dreamt about some
No,
guy backing over your bike?
This is one of those movies. I watched it a lot as a kid.
I did too.
It was on a lot. I remember it. I didn't remember it quite the way that it is because I was a kid and I wasn't paying attention. But now that I'm an adult and I've watched it again with my kids, holy fuck, how did that clear Disney? But we'll get into that next week.
Yeah. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years since this movie came out. Of course, after this movie, it was every kid's dream to get your bike run over by a criminal and given a blank check and meeting a beautiful older woman and buying a house. Yeah.
Statutory rape anybody?
It's not like they slept together, Jesus Christ.
No, but she kissed him, and that is still not okay.
It was a peck on the cheek.
I don't care.
All right, Mr. McIntosh. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcasts.
Don't forget to follow us on social media, stay up to date with future episodes, and join the conversation. You can find us on Twitter/X at the Movie Bar Pod, and on Instagram at the Movie Bar Podcast, and on YouTube and TikTok at the Movie Bar Pod, and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook. Be sure to tag us, share your favorite movie moments, and suggest films you want us to cover next.
Have a film suggestion or just want to say howdy, partner? Drop us an email at themoviebar@outlook.com.
Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling. And we'll catch you next week on the Feature Presentation Podcast presented by the Movie Bar.
What's an email, partner?